Welcome to Mikey Makes Eats, and this week I'm going to try another food experiment. I want to compare capsaicin from chili peppers to other kinds of spicy foods. I want to see if there's any nuance between different spice compounds in different foods. So let's set a baseline by trying some items that contain capsaicin. I have a jalapeno here. And depending on which part of the jalapeno you eat, you will have different spice levels. The membrane is supposed to be the spiciest thing. Seeds, second most. The flesh, the least. I tried all three, and I don't know if it's just that these aren't very good jalapenos, but they don't taste spicy at all. We're going to have to take it up a notch and try some red Thai chilies. And I noticed right away that there was a lot of tongue burn at first, and about 5 minutes after, my lips were burning. Now for some raw Scotch bonnets. I was more scared than I really needed to be for these. These weren't very spicy at first, although it kind of crept up on me. After cooking the flesh of a Scotch bonnet pepper, it just seems really sweet. There is almost no spice at all. Getting out of the realm of capsaicin, we'll try ginger, which contains gingerol instead. And gingerol doesn't really register on the Scoville scale the same way as capsaicin does. But if you were to apply the Scoville scale, it would act as if it was at 60,000 Scoville units. Capsaicin is at 16 million. I can understand this ginger to be spicy, but it's manageable compared to a red Thai chili, or even compared to certain jalapenos I've had, not the ones I tried earlier. So I wanted to see what would happen after frying the ginger in a little bit of oil, and it was only 10% as spicy as it was prior. Heat really does break down the gingerol in the ginger. Horseradish, wasabi, and mustard seeds are all spicy because of a compound called allyl isothiocyanate. Say that 3 times fast. As weird as it is, I'm trying a chunk of horseradish, and it's slightly spicy at first, but then oddly sweet like a carrot. I get the same thing from the brown mustard seeds. Mustard prepared with cold liquid is usually spicier, so I'm going to see if soaking the horseradish in cold water will increase how spicy it is. This soaked horseradish has immediate nose burn, not a lot of tongue burn. I soaked the brown mustard seeds as well, and I had a similar reaction with the brown mustard seeds to the horseradish when soaked, but they were more bitter than they were before. I blended the horseradish and mustard seeds together in the cold liquid and put them in the fridge overnight. When I tried the resulting liquid, right when I put it in my mouth, I had instant nasal burn. Next, let's try some peppercorns. I have white and black peppercorns here. Peppercorns, even though they're called peppercorns, they don't have any capsaicin, they have piperine instead, which also can't really be applied to the Scoville scale. But if we try to apply it to the Scoville scale, it comes out around 100,000 Scoville units. Oftentimes it's said that white pepper is spicier than black pepper, but I'm finding no difference. They seem exactly the same when trying the whole peppercorns. I tasted the peppercorns that I crushed up after 30 minutes to see if they had lost any of their spice, see if the piperine had broken down at all, and it was just as spicy, although there may have been more throat burn. I've heard cooking peppercorns releases their oils. Well, I'm wondering if those oils actually release into the pan, but I did taste them after cooking them, and they were actually spicier. While capsaicin might be the strongest spice compound in our foods, there are so many different ways that you can play with spice, and keep experimenting, everyone!